fun.
So maybe have a class, and I just have a small question. So could you please share with us, maybe yes, what impressed you most about the One Explorer G1? Yes, just you tested a device yes a few days ago and made a video. So could you please share something? What impressed you most? Yeah.
Of course. So one thing, and I think it's in everyone's mind when you look at the G1, it it's a form factor that a lot of people have never dared going into. Some people have, but it's very different, right? Because it's more square, it's more boxy. It doesn't look like a controller necessarily. But the thing that surprised me the most is how good it feels when you hold it to play it. It feels really nice in terms of the ergonomics.
Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for your sharing. Yes. And I checked, yes, there are several comparison video. Okay, yeah. So maybe can you give us some our audience a little insight into how it compares to other devices out there? Yes, compared to other devices, maybe its body or maybe its advantages. Yes, like this.
So how does it compare to other devices? Well, one thing for sure in terms of ergonomics, when we think engineering, there's always a bit of a give and take. But what is very particular about the G1 is how far it'll get you into the gaming portion, which makes it a very pleasant and comfortable experience for gaming, but also for productivity. And that's probably one of the biggest differentiator compared to a lot of other devices on the market. Take for example, which here I have my F1 Pro here. Great device, amazing device. I love it. The HX370 is beautiful and the OLED screen is great. However, for gaming, it's fine, but for productivity or sometimes just to organize your library of games, because you don't have a keyboard, because you don't have a trackpad, it's not as easy. Whereas the G1 has a very nice balance to allow you to do these things easier while still retaining a very good gaming experience. So I think that's a very particular experience that the G1 offers very, very well.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, thanks. And so, yes, about I checked, yes, the comments on the video and some guests or some viewers just curious about the device's temperature control. Yes, given many users are concerned about the one experience, that's the heat management. Yes, elaborate on yes what you are experienced during the test.
You said for the key management,
Yes,
the
heat
keyboard?
management.
So
Yes.
my experience overall was it's very good. There are things that I feel could improve over time, but we have to remember that this is the first iteration of a new device for One X Player. So with that in mind, I really appreciate the vision and the execution of One X Player. And I think that for the most part, everything that is presented here is very good at doing the tasks that user might want to do. With that said, I think there is also room for improvement in the years to come, but it's such a great first version that the users and buyers and future buyers are getting with the G1 that I don't think it's a big concern. It's just, we're tech lovers, so we want the best now, but things take greatness takes time. Yeah, of
Yes, thanks.
course.
Oh, yes, yesterday I bring the G1 into our live stream. Yes, this is the whole of it, and we can check this is the screen, and there is a virtual keyboard here. But I
Yes.
forgot to bring the Bluetooth keyboard here. So, would you please share something with these two keyboards?
Absolutely. So one thing that I was really happy to see, and hello, by the way, Tomo Handheld and Ryan Poole. A thing I really enjoy with the keyboard is that you can use both of them at the same time. So that's a very interesting approach because the keyboard that you're holding right now, if people don't know, is also a giant trackpad. So you can cycle between two modes. Either you have the keyboard, which you can do thumb typing, or you can type with your fingers, but it's tactile, or you can
Wow.
transform it into a huge trackpad. And when you have the Bluetooth keyboard and this keyboard to do the mouse, it works really, really well. It's a very nice, unique, modular experience that I have never seen before outside of the G1. Of course, you can always bring a mouse, and do that with a mouse. But to have everything all in one is what is awesome with the G1.
Okay, yes, thanks. And just now, my partner just bring the G1 to open some games. Yes, to open some 3A games. And I know there is a yes, there is a joystick dipped in the keyboard. Yes, yes.
Mhm.
So, how do you feeling about these triggers? Yes, this another kind of triggers, not just as the user. Yeah.
So you're asking how do I feel about the controllers, right?
Yes. Yes.
So that was probably the best part. That was bravo. Good job, OneX player. That was the best, best, best part of the G1. And it's amazing that it does all those things great. But for gaming, controllers, as someone that talks a lot about them, is so important. And that is something I can't stress this enough. And if you're right now in the stream listening to this live, or if you see it later in VOD, please trust that this feels so much better than what you would expect from a clamshell. This is the single most shocking, in a good way, thing that I've experienced with the G1. When you hold it, it's like it doesn't feel the way that you would assume that it would feel. It feels better. It's so comfortable to hold, and then your thumbs are very well placed with the system. Like nothing is cramped. You don't feel the rails in your palm. The controllers are the best executed thing on the G1, and that's to say a lot because there's a lot of great things executed on the G1.
Yes. Okay. Thank you
And hey,
very much.
PPD.
Yes. Thanks very much. Yeah. And one more thing. Yes. Some other our audience very curious about is the battery life. Yes. Maybe the battery life. Is
Yes.
battery yes is performance when used activities like watching or gaming. Yes. So I know it is a number, but yes, could you please share with something your experience about it? Yes, about battery life.
So battery life, there's a mix of two things here that we need to address. First, there's the total battery life, which if I recall is 51 in that range,
Yes, it's
51 watt
true.
hour.
Yes,
So
yes,
which of course you have options on the market that has more, you have options on the market that has less, but the great value, and this is something that I'm also leveraging with the F1 Pro and the HX370 in particular, is extremely good at lowering and still having great performance to extend your battery life. So
oh, there's
in the worst case scenarios, you will have at least an hour and 30 minutes if you go from 100% to 0%. The other thing that I think users ought to keep in mind is because of the form factor, it's probably very easy to add a battery bank to your experience. Like if you have a MagSafe on the top layer or on the bottom as you're gaming. So that's an easy experience to extend the battery life. Of course, it increases the weight, but nothing is free. If you want more battery life, you're going to have more weight. It comes with it, right? It's a compromise that we have to make. So, all in all, I think the battery life, although this is something that I know a lot of people want more, I think it's decent what we have here. Would I want more? Of course. Like I said, we're tech lovers. We always want more. But what we have here is pretty nice overall. And when using the device at approximately 15 watt TDP with like having Wi-Fi still on, brightness at 50%, I was able to get very, very close to 2 hours of battery time. So if, for example, you're playing AAA at 720p at 15 watt TDP, which this device is very capable to do in most case scenarios, at least, you can easily shut your Wi-Fi, shut your Bluetooth, shut your RGB, and I think you will reach 2 hours. Probably not very deep into the 2 hours, but you will. So that's great. I think it's awesome.
Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks, Clive. Yes, thanks.
Chris,
Yes, thanks. That's yes, thanks for sharing your thoughts and maybe some questions from the audience. Thank you again, Clive. Thank you again. Yes,
of course.
thank you for
PPB
joining
says
us.
I'm cute. Thank you, PPB.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm just joking with the. I'm having fun with the viewers.
Okay, thanks. Okay, maybe we can get a connection next time. I know you have something else you need to do, and we will continue our live stream, or maybe we can see you next time.
Of course, as you see fit. I have a bit of time if you want me to stick around, but if you got it from here, I'll go prepare for what I have. I have about 5 minutes. You tell me.
Sorry, there is a noise just now.
That's
I can
fine.
hear.
I
Okay.
said I have about 5 minutes more. If you want, I can stay. Or either way, it's fine. Whichever.
Oh, well, thanks very much.
Okay, sure. Good. Yeah, good. And thank you,
Yeah.
Mina. By the way, I see you.
Yes, thanks. So, if you want just to share something about the Juan, you want to just to talk more. Yes, if you want to just in addition to what we are saying just now, and is there any more you want to share with us? So you can use these 5 minutes. Could you please share with it?
Of course, of course. So two things I can share. First of all, right now the G1 is on crowdfunding, and OneX Player has an excellent track record in terms of shipping on time. So back with confidence if that's what you want to do. You do have three options in terms of chips. You have the 8840U, you have the HX370, and you also have the Intel 255H. I'm excited about the Intel, but if you go Intel, just know that right now there's not a whole lot of tests, a whole lot of benchmarks. So we don't know exactly the performance. So if you want to be, if you know what kind of performance you want to get, just go for the HX370. If you are okay with getting very good performance but want a great deal, go with the 8840. And if you want something that is kind of in the middle, go with the Intel 255H. That's pretty much the idea. Um, and maybe the last thing I can add that we haven't really talked about is the quality of the panel. The
Yeah.
panel is very, very good quality. And if you've seen the Legion Go, if you're familiar with this panel, this is the same quality that you're getting. You're getting a 1600p, 144 hertz, very bright, very vibrant colors. It is a great looking panel. It has a great response time. You have little to, personally, I haven't experienced screen tearing at all. So that's another benefit, something that I'm very sensitive to whenever it happens on a device. So yes, this is another benefit. Like, yes, you're getting a great ergonomic, a great device that does a lot of things very well, but you're also getting a large, good quality panel, which is beautiful, gorgeous to look at. So that's another benefit that comes with the device. Um,
Okay.
yep.
Yes, thanks. Yeah, thanks. Yes, I do understand, especially some suggestions for choosing the for choosing G1 of the configuration or any others. Okay, very thank you.
Of course, it's a pleasure. Um, Before I go, if I so I recommend. Well, I'm just gonna answer PPB and Mina what they said in chat. PPB asked any cons. One thing that is I wish it would have been a little different with the G1 is the audio, which you can use headphones, and it's not the audio is good, but One X Player originally has amazing audio, so it's a little bit of a step back. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that is what I would consider a con. But everything else is really, really good. So it's at least one of the things that are super easy to address because you can put headphones. It has a 3.5 millimeter jack, by the way. You can also use Bluetooth, so that's an easy fix. And a recommendation, Mina, I would say if you're jumping from an 8840U, of course, you probably want to feel that jump in power. So the HX370 is probably going to be your best deal. If you want a good price value, the 8840U is still very good. Of course, not as powerful, not as great, and the lower TDPs still good, but not as great. But if you know that you're going to be playing, for example, me, I love handhelds. That's what I use the most when I game. but I game plugged. I'm always plugged to the wall. So
Yes,
for
thanks.
me, it's not as important. If you're always going to be plugged, 8840U at 30-watt TDP is going to be very good in terms of power, but it's going to be noisier because of the fan and everything. Oh, that's another thing. The fan noise and the heat are very good on the G1. A great device overall, a very, very good device. Thank you, Lenny loves Gina the Filipina.
Yes, he should feel very much, and I pretty appreciate all of this. Yes, it's a good addition to maybe the FAQ and all the others. Yes, it's a very good addition, and thank you very much.
As always. And I have my reviews, I have my videos. If they have questions, I'm there as well. I'm on the Discord. Join the D1 Expert Discord if you haven't joined it. There's a lot of like-minded people. We talk all the time about all these great devices, and that is it. Thank you very much, Lola and the One Expert team, for having me tonight and be able to say hello to your viewers and fans. And yeah, I was happy to test the G1. I hope to continue to test One Expert devices in the future. And
Yes.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
thank
Okay. Bye
you.
bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. See you next time.